Hello, big world. Today I had my EEG, my electroencephalogram, and the tech looked at my results and she said that everything looks so good that I might be able to start driving again soon, but the neurologist has to sign off on that. So, today I'm thinking a lot about how I have been navigating through this healthcare system, and it has been a challenge, and I don't know that I necessarily have advice on how to be successful through it, but I think that it's really important to do it in chunks, to work on it and to take breaks, and to work on it and take breaks. You know, one of the things is I went to the hospital, and so after I reached my max out of pocket for the year, everything was covered because it was an emergency situation. But then this team of doctors that I had been working on, some of them were covered under my insurance and some of them weren't. For my continuing care, the idea was for me to get established with a new neurologist who wasn't working with me when I was in the hospital, and also a new neurosurgeon. I really didn't want to do that. I wanted the people who had already been working on my case to continue with me on my case. And, you know, so it's been a lot of phone calls to a lot of different doctors, and I'm grateful for my family members who have helped me with that. But a lot of calls to my insurance company, and I've talked to so many different people and, you know, got the distinct impression that some of them didn't know the answers and just said, oh, that's not a thing or whatever. But after a while, I got this one person who, and now that's my guy. Like, I have his direct extension. I will not talk to anybody else at the insurance company unless he transfers me to that person. Like, he is my dude, Mike Brown. He's the bomb. So I had to go through, I had to kiss a few frogs before I found my prince. And, but now I found him, and he's been so helpful and so encouraging and just such a blessing to me. And, I trust what he has to say. And it's been kind of a similar experience with some of these doctors too, where I have a neurosurgeon that's not covered by my insurance. Hopefully my insurance will approve for her to see me. She was willing to fill out the paperwork to request an out of network coverage for her. We'll see what happens. But I trust her. I trust that she's familiar with my case. I would very much prefer not to see a different neurologist. And I think it's kind of like college, where if you get the right form to the right person at the right desk, you can get things to happen. And so I really hope that that my request for out of network coverage gets approved. But I've learned a lot about the healthcare system, that there's people in your network and people out of your network. There are specialists and primary care doctors. There are people that you need referrals to. So I saw one neurologist. There's a neurosurgeon and a neurologist. So I saw a neurologist. He was new. I didn't have a good experience with him. I would very much prefer to go to somebody else. And I didn't realize that I needed a referral to the other person. So luckily it worked out, and the neurosurgeon was able to refer me to a neurologist. But there's this whole thing about advocating for myself. Really saying, like, I don't want to take medications. I very much prefer to not take medications for my entire life. I want to get off of this anti-seizure medication if it's at all possible. So advocating for myself while still allowing the doctor to do their job. And luckily I have friends that are right there with me to remind me, like, Stephanie, you're not a doctor. Do what you're told, but like keep asking, that I'm entitled to a second opinion, and to go ahead and make those phone calls, take my time, but do it and get that second opinion. So with that, that's my 5 minutes for today. I'm going to go call the new neurologist.